So you can do it with a slant and a flat route like we showed here, or you could put AJ Brown on an in route and the same thing, widen him out, sneak AJ Brown. Hey, welcome back to XP Camps. We educate the next generation of athletes about sports through gaming. If you've been following this channel for the past couple of months, you may have noticed that I've been taking lessons from our courses and posting them for free on YouTube so you can start understanding how our programs work. How this video is going to work is I'm going to take 3 real-life concepts from our courses and show you how you can use them to attack a cover 3 defense. This is a new video series that I'm trying out, so if you like this style of content, leave a like and a comment below and let me know what you want to see next. I'm going to be posting 2 to 3 times from now all the way through the Super Bowl, so make sure you keep letting me know what concepts you want to see next, and I'll be checking out all the comments. As always, I appreciate you clicking on the video and checking us out, so let's jump into the video. So the player we're looking to attack and isolate in a cover 3 defense is going to be this purple player right here in the purple zone called the curl flat. So their responsibility is to defend all of the shorter intermediate passes thrown underneath this deep zone, this outside third here. And so if you're unsure of what I'm talking about, in our ebook I break down a cover 3 defense. So if you're not here yet, I recommend you check that out and see how a cover 3 defense functions. But for a quick review, this defender is going to be in a deep third, and they're responsible for covering everything from the numbers to the sideline, and they're not letting anybody beat them over the top. They're not letting anybody get closer to the end zone than they are. And then we have this purple zone right underneath, and they're also covering from the numbers to the sideline, but their responsibility is to defend all of the short and intermediate passes thrown underneath this deep zone. And so this is the player we're going to be looking to attack, and the first way you can do it is by getting them widened out. And so what that means, if you look at what we have as a play call here, the way that you're going to want to execute this is by having 2 players on the same side of the formation. The inside receiver is going to run a flat route, and they're going to try to widen out that defender, and then we're going to sneak a route in behind them. So I'm going to run it really quick, and then I'm going to jump into replay mode and show you what that looks like. We're snapping it here, and then we're sneaking it in right behind him. And now let's jump into replay mode and see what this looks like. Alright, so here we are in replay mode. Now what you're going to notice is this inside receiver is going to be running a flat route to Devonta Smith, and his goal is to do exactly what happens in this clip. All we're trying to do is widen out this defender, and so what that means is we want this defender to have to shuffle out towards the sideline to have to defend this short flat route. Remember, this player's responsibility is to defend everything from the numbers to the sideline. Any shorter intermediate routes that go to that side of the field, they're going to defend. And so we see Devonta Smith starting to flare out into the flat, and number 2 is just shuffling out and going with him, because if he were to just park it right here, Devonta Smith would be able to make an easy catch and run the ball upfield for maybe 10 yards. So number 2 is going to stick with Devonta Smith and make sure that he doesn't get an easy catch here in the flat. So he's doing his responsibility well, number 2. And what we're trying to do here with that flat route is set up this outside receiver, AJ Brown. So if I were to zoom out just a little bit, we can see number 2 is being widened out, and then AJ Brown is just going to sneak into this open space on the field, where, as you can see, this is a big window where Jalen Hurts can throw the ball into. So why does this window exist? Well, we're widening out this defender and clearing them out. This defender is in a deep third, so they're from the numbers to the sideline, and they're just making sure nobody beats them deep. So them getting a lot of depth right here is really normal for a cover 3. And then we have this middle linebacker here who's in a hook curl, and they're just defending the middle of the field. So if number 33 cheats over too much to stop this passing lane, you can see on the back side we have this tight end running a curl route to basically keep number 33 honest. So number 33, if he were to cheat way over here to stop this pass, then this tight end on the backside would be wide open for an easy completion. And so that's why we have this little curl route on the back end. But as you can see, when we widen out this defender, it opens up a wide open pocket for AJ Brown to make the catch and turn upfield. Now if this looks familiar to you, this is a recap of our slant flat video that I've dropped earlier in our YouTube, and I've also reviewed this a bit in our short form content over on our TikTok and our Instagram. So this may be some recap for you all, but just to go into a little more depth, so you can do it with a slant and a flat route like we showed here, or you could put AJ Brown on an in route in the same thing, widen him out, sneak AJ Brown behind, and he's still wide open in that pocket for an easy completion. Or if you're looking to get a bit more yardage, same thing, widen out this defender, sneak AJ Brown behind, and now you're getting anywhere from 12 to 15 yards instead of maybe 8 to 10 yards. But that's the first way that we would look to attack this cover 3, is widening out this defender and sneaking a route in right behind for an easy completion. Let's hop over and see the second way we can do this. The second thing we could do is put this curl flat defender in a high-low read, and all that means is we're going to be putting 2 routes in their zone at varying levels and making them choose which defender they want to defend. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll show you it really quick and then we'll jump into replay mode and break it down. But we're going to snap it here, get them into a high-low read, get the ball out, and now we have an easy 15-yard gain on this play. So let's jump into replay mode and see what happened. Alright, so here we are in replay mode taking a look at this. Now if you remember, the responsibility of number 2 is to defend all of the short and intermediate routes from the numbers to the sideline. And so what we're going to do in this example is throw both a short and intermediate route out on the field and make this defender choose which receiver they want to defend. So the first thing we have going on is this inside receiver is going to be running a flat route, and widening out this defender, it's going to be the same action that we just saw in the previous example. And so you may have been wondering, why doesn't Lewis in the last example, why doesn't he just stay right here and pick up the slant route sliding in behind him rather than going out in the flat and guarding Devonta Smith? And this is exactly why right here is, if he were to guess that right here and stay at home, then both of these receivers would be wide open on the sideline, and all we could do is dump it off to Devonta Smith, and then AJ Brown just has to block one defender. And number 2, if he was out of the picture over here expecting that slant route, then Devonta Smith can catch the ball and turn upfield and have a one-on-one block as the only thing between him and the end zone. So that's why it's important for number 2 to stay disciplined and stick with his responsibility, because you never know what the offense is planning on the backside. Sometimes it looks like one concept when you're actually running a different one. And so to get back to the point, we're going to be widening out and doing the same thing, having Devonta Smith come out here in the flat, and then Lewis is going to be shuffling with him. And what this sets up on the backside is AJ Brown is going to be running, and then he's going to be running this curl route and stopping right here. And as you can see, this is a large window for Jalen Hurts to throw into, because this defender slid down and they defended the flat. This defender stayed at home and guarded that curl route being ran by the tight end. And then this defender, their responsibility is don't let anyone beat you over the top. So they're giving themselves some cushion, because AJ Brown is a huge deep threat who can easily blow right past you and make a contested catch in the end zone. And so with all 3 of these defenders doing their responsibility the right way, we're going to take advantage by sneaking in AJ Brown right here. And so this defender basically had to decide, do I want to slide back and take away the curl route, or do I want to step up and defend the flat route? If he were to just slide back and defend this curl route, then you would have Devonta Smith wide open in the flat for an easy 8 to 10 yard gain. And so this is what we're looking to do, is get them into a high-low read. This may be reviewed for some of you, as I've posted this curl flat video on the channel already, but again, I wanted to go into a bit more depth and show you how it works. So that's just one iteration. The other thing we could do is have AJ Brown on an out route like this, and it works the same. We're getting this player in a high-low read. Oh, a bit of a bad throw there. But we're getting this player in a high-low read where they have to figure out, do they want to sink or do they want to step up and guard that flat route? And so it's the same thing with this out route. If we were to go into replay mode really quick, same sort of concept. The idea is get a flat route out on the field, get an intermediate route, whether it's a curl route or an out route. Same idea of just making this defender choose who do they want to defend? Do they want to step up or sink back? But this is the second way that you can attack a cover 3 defense. So let's jump in and see the third way. So the third thing you can do to get open is attack the open space on the field, which in a cover 3 is going to be the seam. The seam is the area on the field that's in between the deep thirds and just beyond the curl flat and the hook curl. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, we have Devonta Smith running a streak straight into the seam to get open. So I'm going to snap the ball, show you what it looks like, and then break it down in replay mode. I'm snapping it. Once he's over that, we throw him into the open space, and that's perfect right there. So let's jump into replay mode. Alright, so with this, we know where the open area on the field is, and now it's the quarterback's responsibility to throw into that open area. And so what I mean by that is Devonta Smith is running this streak, and if we zoom out and look at it, as you can see, there's a ton of green grass just beneath the deep zones, but just beyond the linebacker. And so what we're looking to do is wait for Devonta Smith to be even with the linebacker, and then once he's even, he's leaving, so then we're just going to throw it into the open space, and we're trying to throw Devonta Smith open. And so what I mean by that is, as you can see, he's running, and before, this is actually a yard before, so he's still in front of the linebacker. We're already getting rid of this ball and throwing it. And the reason being is, as you can see, we're throwing him into the open space where he can catch it and secure the ball before getting a hit from the deep zones over the top. And so if we were to wait till he was open, if we were to wait till right here to throw it, we would be throwing him into the deep zones over the top. And we don't want that because it'll either cause a pass breakup or it'll cause Devonta Smith to take a big hit, and you don't want that. So you're throwing it when he's even, or even just a bit before he runs past this linebacker, and we're just throwing him into the open space so he can catch it and make a big play for the offense. So that's 3 ways that you can attack a cover 3 defense using real life concepts in Madden. If you enjoyed this content, in our football intermediate offensive ebook, I've broken down dozens of other concepts that you can use in order to attack cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4. I'll be dropping cover 2 and cover 4 videos in the future, but I'll never release all the content. So if you want access to all of the content, check out xpcamps.com, where for $4.99 a month, we can make you a better, smarter, safer football player, guaranteed.